What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Match day 2, we play Genoa away. Always a tricky game, even though this Genoa side is not all that good, and they will probably fight relegation this season. If not, that's a great achievement. They play 0-0 against Lecce, so that's another sign that you should be beating Genoa, period. Even though, we don't have an easy job when we go to Genoa as well. But like I said, at the end of last game, this is good, but that doesn't mean this means nothing if you go to Genoa right now and do not win. Right now, like the title is, do not stop. We need to push on. We need the 3 points. We need a decent performance ahead of the international break to come back after the international break and face Inter at home with already no Cambiaso. But this should be for a confidence booster and have a good feel factor going to the break, coming back and knowing, you know what, we have 6 points. Now we play Inter at home and we can show what we potentially could do this season. But before we get into it, before we preview the game, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel as well, and let's talk about the game. Usually, I always ask the question at the end, but I'm going to ask it now. So let me already know in the comments, what is your score prediction and what do you expect from the game in general away to Genoa? Like I said, Genoa away, it's never easy. Last season, we won and we made it look easy, but no fans in the stadium did help. They got banned, and that's the thing. It's the atmosphere. It's not that Genoa have had fantastic sides over the years. I cannot even recall a good Genoa side over the last, I don't know how many years. It's been ages since they were fighting for Europe or were like in that region of the table. So that is not the case. But for some reason, teams struggle at Genoa. Credit to Genoa for making that possible against the bigger teams and especially against the bigger teams, I would say. But like I said, they played Lecce at home, who also are a relegation side. They lost Kristovic. Like, they're not a good team. Last season, it was already amazing that then Lecce stayed up. Really amazing with that squad. Credit to them. But this season, their squad got even worse. And it wasn't a good game against Genoa. Not that I watched the full 90 minutes. I rewatched part of it, extended highlights. It wasn't all that good, and they will be up for it, but that's not an excuse. We have more qualities, and that needs to be shown on that pitch. It's a good test away from home to Genoa. But yeah, like I said, it needs to be 3 points. Whoever plays, Kostic is going to replace Cambiaso by default because the club made the decision that Kostic is the guy to back up Cambiaso, and Cambiaso, well, is an idiot. What he did is just stupid, and now we suspended and we're gonna play Kostic. But I'm not gonna make the excuse, nor should anyone make the excuse, of man, we don't have Cambiaso and Kostic playing. That now we will struggle against Genoa. That cannot be the case, because if that's the case, then we're gonna struggle 10, 11 games that Cambiaso is gonna miss this season against, maybe lesser of opponents like a Genoa, and you're always going to struggle just because of Cambiaso. That cannot be the case. Last week, the first half wasn't good. We had the possession, but we couldn't break Parma down through the middle, and the wings, they were not, Conceição was extremely inconsistent. Yildiz was a bit struggling in that first half. There was nobody overlapping. It was very easy for Parma to defend. In the second half, we stepped it up a little bit, made some changes, which I'll talk in a sec, and it opened up the games, and we played better. We put some more pressure. It's not that we were creating chance after chance after chance, but we had more openings. We opened up Parma way more than compared to the first half in that regard. So that's kind of what you need to build on. And it will all depend on the lineups. I know Tudor said we play 50 games. I cannot play everyone 50 games. Obviously, that's correct, and that's a fair observation and a normal observation. But we also need to acknowledge that bench is not good enough, to, make too many changes, So as much as possible, you need to kind of avoid that unless you're forced into it, like a Cambiaso in this case. So would I start another 4 center backs? I keep saying it. We play 4 center backs because the way you can set them up in a different position, but based on characteristics, it feels 4 center backs. So would I play Kalulu, Gatti, Kelly, and Bremer? No, I would play Kalulu, Bremer, and Kelly. And Kelly, who had an okay game, a good game against Parma, but I don't think it was that difficult because Parma, didn't even try to defend, And the one time they actually made it out because of Gatti, Bremer saved their asses, basically. So good test for Kelly, but I would bench Gatti and I would play with 3 at the back. I will start Joao Mario. I know He's scared that defensively he's not good, but you know, are you gonna put him on training wheels the entire season? At one point, you need to know what is he gonna give me from the start of the game. Can I trust him? Can I see signs of improvement defensively? Can I build on that? Remember Cambiaso when he came in defensively, he wasn't that strong. He improved. Is he fantastic? No, but it's much, much better than the first days he came in. Excuse me. So I mean, Inter comes up, Champions League games come up. Are you just going to play Kalulu until you can trust Joao Mario from the beginning in that first game? So I would start Joao Mario, and I have a feeling he will start Joao Mario unless injuries pop up. In midfield, I know there's talks about Colt Miners. I will be shocked if Colt Miners replaces Locatelli. So I'm assuming he's going to play Thuram and Locatelli still, but Colt Miners will probably enter that pitch way earlier than in the normal circumstances last season when it comes to subbing off Locatelli. And then, yeah, on the other side, we talked about it. It's Kostic who is going to play. We have Joao Mario in that position. And then it's Yildiz, Jonathan David, and Conceição because, well, that's who we have, and that's also a worrying point as well. But you know, it is what it is right now. I don't expect Genoa to sit that deep and not try to attack us or attempt more than Parma did. So there will be more openings in that game, and the backline will be more tested, just pure based on the atmosphere and the type of team Genoa tries to be at home against bigger teams. But I expect way more from Conceição, like way more. I think there will be more room, so he's gonna need to make it work. I want to say I'm expecting smarter decisions. Yeah, I'm expecting that. You know, I'm more of hoping it, but I'm not really expecting that. I think it will be more chaotic. But if it's chaotic with some end product, then okay, we can live with that. If you can make the difference with an assist here and there. Jonathan David probably will need to play a better game holding up play. I know we scored in that second half and it was better, but that first half against Parma was brutal when it comes to holding up play, and we all, you know, scrutinized Vlahovic for that. I don't know it's his first game, but it wasn't good. You know, effect is a fact, you know, so he's gonna need to improve with that as well. It's gonna be very important as well that he's going to improve in that. And on Yildiz, just do what you did in that second half. Try to beat your man and try to feed Colomani, and he was unlucky. Maybe he should have scored one goal against Parma. Had two good shots. One just went out wide by a margin, and the other one got saved. A good, you know, powerful shot. But those are my expectations for Genoa. Go out there, do your thing, and leave. You cannot go into the international break with question marks already on match day 2 saying, man, we didn't even beat Genoa and that was a very poor performance. You cannot have that. You need to avoid that, you know. So my prediction is a 1-0 win. It's okay. Like a 1-0 win, if it's dominating, is good as well, you know. So I'm going to go with a 1-0 win with a goal for... Let me give it to Conceição because I do think he will have a better game, and I think there will be more openings, and I'm expecting him to use those openings. So 1-0 win with a goal from Conceição, and yeah, that's the only thing that really matters going into that international break, especially a goal from Conceição. That might do wonders and miracles for that Inter game as well and his confidence. But yeah, in the comments, let me know what you think about the game, prediction-wise, expectations. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys tomorrow post-game, hopefully with, well, a good feel factor. Ciao.